So I do this work because I care about people, and I oftentimes want to make sure that the people who get overlooked in society, that they have a place for their voice to be heard. We believe in a theory of change where structures can be knocked down. They're not there forever.
We're not stuck on one theory or one idea, but to be flexible enough to allow change to happen, and positive change to happen.
So I'm Dr. Jeff Temple. I am the founding director of the Center for Violence Prevention at the University of Texas Medical Branch. The mission of Center for Violence Prevention is to collaborate with policymakers, to work with community partners and other academic partners to prevent, intervene with violence, all kinds of violence, from interpersonal violence to structural violence.
So I think our success as a center is in our continued ability to listen and to apply rigorous scientific principles to the needs of the community in a really coherent feedback loop.
A lot of time people come and they take all these stats and they use all of these resources, but they never take the information and pour it back in the community. So when you look at this center, right, of violence prevention, they collect data, and then that data is actually practically used in a way that's relatable to the population, and they're brilliant at that.
One thing about the Center for Violence Prevention is that we realize we can't do it alone. So we have to partner with folks. So we have a really good relationship, for instance, with the city of Houston, where we are working with them and implementing violence prevention at the community and school level.
We run a program called CEPTED, which is Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. I basically created a curriculum to teach this concept in classrooms.
We have a two-pronged approach where we're in the school, we're delivering healthy relationship education, and we're also outside of the school in that community where we're looking to prevent crime through environmental design.
We're not a cookie cutter company. Whatever they think needs to be done in their community, we help them to do it, whether it's building a Zen garden in a school to help to welcome families in, or doing murals around the neighborhoods, or doing community cleanups, or campaigns about homelessness. We just bringing awareness to different forms of violence prevention.
My name is Roy Rios, and I am the prevention manager at the Texas Council on Family Violence. TCFV's work with the Center on Violence Prevention has been a wonderful partnership in which we've been able to bring innovative training to family violence prevention educators around the state. One such program is our campus advocacy program, in which we promote secondary and tertiary prevention efforts for campus-based advocates and college students.
And one thing that Roy identified was that preventionists don't have advocacy training, even though the preventionists are in the college classrooms providing healthy relationships education, bystander intervention. So we've built trainings together for prevention educators in college campuses and in high schools and middle schools too. And we're training them on advocacy skills, and it's been an amazing partnership. And in the future, what we really want to do is start engaging not only community partners, but our national and policy partners, so that we can build on the innovations that are happening here in Texas and think about how we would work with our constituencies to roll them out on a national level.
So my research informs policy by really working with policymakers and building relationships with them. And so, having evidence and research that we can bring to local leaders, state leaders, federal leaders, and be able to say, this is what we're seeing out in the field. This is what families are telling us. This is what workers are telling us. And then being able to work with policymakers and the public to then, start to change policy and to change some of the structures that have hurt people in the past.
Last session, I had a really important bill to me, which was about healthy relationships. But to be honest, this wasn't an area that I was completely familiar with. So the center helped me think through all the reasons why that piece of legislation was important, helped me think through how it can be nuanced, and really was kind of the backbone to helping me as a legislator understand the policy in a deeper way.
I want to be the national center. I want someone in, in Wisconsin or Oregon or Colorado or Florida, when they have an issue, I want them to reach out to our center, the Center for Violence Prevention, and be able to say yes every single time and be able to make a difference.